Hey guys, welcome back to another video on the Simple Car Guy channel. In this video, I'm going to be replacing the window regulator assembly on my Fiat 500. So the first step is to remove the door panel. There's 5 screws and bolts total. You're going to be removing this little plastic from here and here. And that hides these screws behind it. Then you're going to remove this cover from within your door handle. You're going to see a couple of these. And then you'll remove this little trim piece. It's going to be hiding another bolt in there. So once you remove all of those, it should simply lift up. So you can lift it up and then put it on the side. You don't want to be disconnecting this stuff unless it's absolutely necessary, so I just leave it connected and just lean it against the door. Okay, so that's just going to stay here. Now you also have some sound deadening or whatever insulation type of stuff in here. Mine was already ripped off, so I think somebody was already messing with this, but you can just, kind of rip it off or however you want to get into it. Now the next step is going to be removing the actual window regulator assembly. So let me show you how that's done. Before removing the actual window regulator assembly, I'm going to tape my glass so it doesn't just slide down and break when I remove the actual assembly. The next step is to unplug the connector and remove it from the actual window motor. Now, next, you would typically take the clip off or unhook it from the glass. So on the actual window regulator. Well, fortunately or unfortunately on mine, it's actually broken off. So there's nothing to unclip, but there would normally be a little basically clip that you push back in order to take the glass off from the clip. Next, we're going to use the 10mm socket and just remove the 3 bolts that are holding the actual assembly in place. And pull it out of the door. So here's my new one and here's the old one. We can obviously see what the issue is with the old one. This bracket is completely broken off with the clip. So if we compare it, this is broken off and this big piece is broken off as well. Now, I didn't buy the entire assembly because it was about 3 times as expensive. This was only like $20–$30. And the motor on my assembly works just fine, so I figured why would I waste it? And I'm just gonna put this motor on here and it should be good to go. Just install this as a new one. So everything else is new on here. I'm just gonna reuse the motor. And if it goes bad in the future, it's an easy swap, takes about 10 minutes, so I'm not really worried about it. Let's get to it. All right, I've reattached the motor to the assembly. Now we just gotta put it back in, put the 3 bolts in, attach the glass to the carrier, and it should be good to go. Don't forget to take off the little rubber grommets from the bolts, and we should be ready to install. Okay, so bolts are facing out, so this is gonna be going in this way. Gotta be careful not to damage the glass in any way. A little trick before we put it back in, make sure this part of the bracket is between the frame and the glass, not behind the glass, and put this bolt in first. This way you can easily put it in place, find the hole, kind of keep it pressed against, and then you can find the other 2 as well. Now it's in place, we can put the nuts back on. Okay, we can now plug in the connector. Okay, plugs in just fine. And now the most important step, we have to align this new carrier, the window carrier, with the glass without breaking anything. I'll get you a little bit closer. So I switched the car on and I'm going to operate the window now. So I'm going to move that carrier up to get as close to the window as possible, or to the actual glass. gonna check because I can't see from my side, obviously. Okay, we're almost there. Not sure if you can see it, but it should be moving up. Okay, so it's actually, let me take it off the tripod. So it's actually moving pretty nicely onto the glass. I'm gonna move it up again slowly and it should just fall into place. Let's see. Okay, it clipped in. Let's now see, make sure we can operate the window properly. So as you guys just saw from inside the door, it's working pretty well. It clipped in where it's supposed to clip in. I was just going slowly and the little carrier clipped into the hole in the glass. So now it's going to be able to pull the glass up and down as you just saw in the previous little clip from inside the door. Now the only things left to do here is to put this back on. I don't know who did this, you know, rip the whole thing off, but I'm just going to put a little bit of tape around it, make it look a little bit better. Put the door cover back on as well. Don't forget those 3 bolts and 2 screws, as well as the little plastic covers. And that's pretty much it. I mean, I'm very happy with the result. It works. It only cost me 20 bucks. And I can operate the window without having a ton of, you know, stress that it's not going to close back up. But that's about it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.